Hey guys, it's Istebrak. I just wanted to make this video to thank you guys for all your support. We're at 16K subscribers, and like I said before in my other thank you videos, if I think about that as students, as real people, it really is an overwhelming number, and I can't thank you guys enough. So I decided to make this video to thank you guys. It's really just a watch me draw of my recent sketches. And if you guys want to follow my sketches, I upload them on my Instagram. Please follow me there. Find me and I'll find you, and that way we can, just on a personal level, kind of show you guys my offstage sketches. None of that fully finished stuff that I usually do, just some really fun sketches that show a lot of, I make mistakes all the time. So these sketches that I do really just keep me on my toes, remind me how little I know, and how much more I need to learn. So it's really an exploration of the hardest thing that I find in drawing, which is figures. And I've been trying to take that on. So watch me, show me some of your drawings. I'd love to see them. So I'll link Instagram on the chat, but on the description, but here it is. So what I do is I start off with a really, really basic layer of shapes, and the shapes cannot be laid down without a gesture line first. The gesture line really carries the motion and the description of the movement of the figure. So if I never, ever, ever try a figure without having at least a gesture line and shapes on top. You see, I drew the head first, but without a shape. To lay down the head, skull, just the general area, and then I drew the face from the side. So my entire process is entirely dependent, and I'm proud to say I'm dependent on my gesture lines, because it's going to promise that my gesture lines will stay fluid, and they'll stay real, and they'll stay loose. Nothing's worse than drawing a really, really stiff figure, because what happens is that it just shows weakness and it shows nervousness. Having your gesture line lay down first, like you lay that down first, and then your shapes on top, make sure that the lines that you do throw on are lines that count, lines that are made with high accuracy and high speed, and you don't need that many lines, because the lines that you do lay down are guided by your shapes and your gesture line. So you really do all your drawing. All the drawing that you do is done with the shapes and the gesture line, and the gesture line comes first. So this is what I always say in class, but really it's just I like being able to show you how important that is, because some of you see me as your teacher, so like even the person that's teaching you about this stuff is depending on it. So you have to take it seriously. It's very serious. It's not something that you can just say, well, I'll learn it later. Learn it now. Why not? Start to perfect your lines a little bit. I say lines are enemies, because they are. We can't grow too dependent on them, because we're trying to draw things that are not lines in real life. So we have to use as little lines as possible. And when we plan our motion and our gesture, it becomes a lot more easy to explore these lines in their capacity, and what we can use of them, and not overuse them and not over depend on them. In my gestures, I like to explore between open and closed gestures. Open gestures are gestures that have high energy or high motion to them, like an explosion of energy, like an attack or a jump or a leap or something. A closed gesture is a gesture that's always lying down, that's static, that isn't moving. And I've been trying closed gestures more because they were less fun for me. So I've been trying to see how the body kind of compresses and submits to the spine. And as you can see, the spine is one of the most important gesture lines that I draw first. It's the line that carries the entire body with it. So that's the first thing that I do when I have an empty canvas and I don't know what to do. I lay down just a random gesture line, and after I throw that random spine gesture line, I can see kind of where I want to go with the gesture. It's something, something better than an empty canvas. And I don't have to research too much or be too inspired in order to draw a simple drawing. I just throw that gesture line in there, and I kind of see an image in there, and I work with it, and I throw shapes on top, and then I have something that I didn't have before. And I think that works. I think it's good when we have that. So that's really something to try in your own art. Try some gesture lines and shapes that'll improve the accuracy in the way you draw. It'll give you more courage. And this is something that I do a lot. I go back to my old sketches and kind of see what I can fix and what I can change. And I do that a lot. So remember, take breaks and step back And as you can see, I'm not zoomed in, am I? I'm talking about big shapes, big lines, big motion, big pieces. And you can't work the big pieces if you're zoomed in. And the big pieces are what carry the entire image. You can zoom in whenever you're done the plate, but you cannot do anything without the plate. And the plate is your gesture lines and your shapes. And you have to be zoomed out in order to execute those with a high level of accuracy. So I'll try to upload more of these actually for you guys, because I think these are really, really fun. They're fun for me, they're fun to make, and it's kind of like an off-class video that's a little less pressure. I guess it's a little more fun for me because there's no, immediate diagnosis and paint over. It's just me having fun with some lines. And I have to get the shitty drawings out of the way. I have work to do just like you guys. And I'm learning as I teach, and I have to start practicing what I preach. And I've really just come here to draw in these specific kinds of scenes just to get the crappy drawings out of the way. And honestly, in that whole drawing session, which took like an hour, this right here, this image, was the only one that I liked. I kind of just got that pressure that I wanted and that fold and bend in her body the way I wanted it. So this is the only one I felt like was successful. Everything else was a warm-up leading up to this. And don't be afraid to draw the crappy ones in that first half hour. You're not going to draw the best drawing you're capable of today in the first half hour of drawing. You got to give it a chance. A viewer actually suggested I turn the boy around, and it really did complete the composition, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just exploring some really fun scenes that I would maybe want to try rendering later on and have something finished for my portfolio. It's nice not having to worry about finishing everything. It's nice just having fun. I think we don't have enough fun, and that's something, part of my New Year's resolution is just to have more fun with my drawings. Actually create a world or a feeling. One thing about mermaids, though, that I've been really attracted to drawing them, their bends and their gestures are so organic. Usually when I throw down a gesture line, I have to edit it to make it match the realism of the anatomy. But mermaids, they're submerged in a non-gravity, kind of zero-gravity environment, so the gesture stays preserved. Like I said before, gravity plays a really big role in gestures, and you have to draw it. You have to remember to include it in there, and how it affects the lines, and how the lines are heavy, and heavy in which direction. But in water, that kind of element gets removed, and it's a little less stressful for me as the artist because I get to preserve the gesture, and her spine stays without the pressure of gravity, and it kind of just carries on to her tail. So it's really fun for people exploring gesture lines for the first time. It's just to try some mermaids, not dry some mermaids. Oh my god. But yeah, I have a lot of fun painting anything that has raw gesture to it, like belly dancing or anything wushu or kung fu. It has very, very raw, fluid gesture to it. And I usually like combining animals and humans because it's nice being able to challenge yourself with both kinds of anatomy and seeing how both anatomies overlap. So I try centaurs, I try half deer girls, I try half cat girls, I try half cat men. Some of those aren't very successful. I've been trying to force myself to draw more male characters, but I feel like the female, I guess, aesthetic or the female world has a little bit more organic gesture to it. Like, you can't draw a flamboyant guy without, I don't know how to describe it, but you can really explore some. Maybe I'm just being girly. Maybe I just like the girly thing. But this cat was supposed to sit on the throne, but she wasn't sitting where she was supposed to sit, and that's kind of what I was working with. I can't call it a successful sketch at all. But that's it. Thanks everyone for seeing my channel, for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. I hope to make more of these watch me draw videos. Like, I'm always drawing on Twitch, so I might as well just upload these for you guys so you guys can have a look into my own struggle with art. And I try to draw every day. That's another New Year's resolution that I've been trying to keep up. I mean, it's 18 days in. I might just fall off, but here's hoping that I don't. I feel like if I just kept drawing, like 3 months from now, my drawings will be a lot better, and I'll feel more happy about myself, and I won't feel like I'm not making enough, because I'm always feeling that, and I think every artist feels that. I don't feel like I make enough art. But sketching really helps me feel like I'm actually producing something, and I'm challenging myself at the same time because I find figures really difficult. I kind of not really mastered faces, but I'm comfortable with the way I draw faces. I'm comfortable with my rendering level. when it comes to faces, but I really, really want to explore gestures some more. And introducing myself, I think it's really important to introduce yourself to the fluidity of gestures before the severe anatomy of gestures. So I want to get the fluidity down. So if I do ever want to super render it, I'll have my references for the muscles and for the bone structure and all of that. But I'll definitely have that background of fluid gesture and fluid motion and high line efficiency that I gained from that much sketching. So I hope you guys follow this video. Try to mess around with your gestures. It's just sandbox. Just say, I'm here just to suck and I'm gonna be okay because I'm here to get the crappy drawings out of the way first. And the good drawings will come, but I have to get these out of the way. And that's how I kind of just face my fears and just get into the empty canvas. And remember, fill your canvas with a couple of gesture lines and you'll fill your canvas, and your canvas will be that much more filled than when it was empty. So that's really important. It's just to explore and see what you can do with just looseness and just having fun. So that's it. I'll see you guys in class. A couple of announcements. Portrait Studio will be up soon for beta testing. It will be up in around February. Embedded into the website. I'll link you and announce, don't worry. And next week, or the week after, this week actually, so let me check. So tomorrow, no, today's Sunday. Tuesday and Thursday, the 10th and the 19th and the 21st are going to be just free critique hour, but the 26th and the 28th are not going to be free theme. They're going to be about eyes. So please don't forget that it's going to be about eyes. If you guys want to be a part of the critique hour on the 26th and 28th, you just have to go to twitch.com/Istebrak. I'll be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday and Thursday, January the 26th and 28th. If you guys want to tune in on that and learn a thing or two about eyes. Of course, it's free. There's no payment or subscription. You just have to come in and sit down and ask questions and answer my questions, because I do ask questions a lot. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I really want to see you guys there. I feel like it'll give me like an incentive to draw more if my viewers go up, and it'll really force me, because I know it's kind of like a way to get you guys to in on my goals and help me sort of keep my New Year's resolutions. So thanks everyone. Again, thank you. I'll see you guys in class. Bye bye.